Hi, I'm Xysis, and we're playing the German Empire in the Great War Redux mod for Hearts of Iron 4. And well, we're gonna let it run here, because we're soon up to that date where everything kicks off. So we're training up our troops on the borders, and got them fortified a little bit here and there. I think actually we will assign Belov down here. We'll get rid of this order, and I think we need to help bolster the Austrian border here with Russia, because the Austrians just don't have anything at all standing here. And if we put one army up there, we might be able to actually... We don't want to leave that tile unguarded now, do we? We could just gently pop... No, they are all entrenched and well there. So let's do it this way instead. And then Krakow should be completely defended as well. At least should give enough time for Austria to reallocate its troops from... No idea where they actually are at. And it looks like most of them are down here in the Balkans, guarding ports. We have our defenses in Africa set up. We'll see if we manage to hold on to anything down here. We have an Austrian fleet down here. We aren't defending our islands in the Pacific at all. We are defending China with one division. And we are defending Berlin with one division. We have some political power to spend as well. We don't need the armor designer just yet, but we're gonna want to... I'll probably want to bump up to extensive as soon as the war starts. And war economy as well. So let's save a bit of that political power. We got some from the last focus we finished, I believe. Or maybe it's this one we get it from. No, it was from the last one. We do have... Yeah, we do have enough to actually select a few doctrines as well. But we probably want to get the these in before that. Yeah, attack's gonna come very much in handy here. So we're gonna go with a bold attack. And we're gonna go with flexible organization, just for that org loss when moving and the additional division speed. Preferred tactic selection cost is of course just a nice little bonus to it all. And we can set our air here too. I don't know if that one's actually worth it. We should have gotten an ace from that too. No, we get an ace further down the tree there. I quite like this one, but I don't know if it actually works. I know this one works. And that one doesn't do anything at all, as far as I know. Ground attack factor, no. I think we're gonna go with centralized control. We don't have very much means to increase fighter detection, and this is one of the few that we do have. And that of course means that we get to shoot down more enemy aircraft. Centralized control it is. So we are fully filled out here. We could select unexpected thrust here until we unlock breakthrough. You can select this one whenever. It's just the generals you can only select on once. We still got a few divisions we are waiting for to be deployed. We might want to set our... this is fine, they'll come when they come. Let's bump the motorized divisions up above the amphibious divisions though. Alright, so we will assign the military advisors to positions in the government to greatly increase cooperation between government and military, which unlocks Arthur Zimmerman, who we are not going to use. Also unlocks some military advisors decisions. And the next thing we want to do is, well, we would like to go down here on focus on the true enemy. But the Warsaw it's just not increasing fast enough for us to actually do that. So we will once again have to skip ahead just a little bit. We will, I think, expand the staff. Cost reductions for air and land doctrine. That's quite nice. 70-day focus. Decisions, we've got our military advisor decisions here. Don't really know what they do more than spend a lot of political power. They gain division org, planning speed and high command cost for a year. I'm not too sure about that. Landsturm, don't think we need these yet. Don't actually have the at most 10,000 infantry. That was a very weird one. Oh, it's because we get some rifles. Alright. And this one costs the rifles. Yes, yes. Okay. As much as I would like the extra stability, that's not what we need to do. We should be closing up on... Yeah, we are slowly taking the lead here. And that should be fine. We'll keep on going here. I could grab some air doctrines now that we do have a few of these bonuses. We're going to go down strategic destruction, as I said next or last episode. Fighter detection, yes please. Now we can choose between ground support or interception detection. And ground support is the effect that the air superiority effect on combats. So not the actual cast damage, but the movement speed debuff the enemy gets for us having air superiority, which of course is useful. I think more useful than interception detection. If we are running a lot of interception, we can grab this one, but I think we're going to be running mostly air superiority, assuming our oil can handle it. We should have a decent amount of oil though. Yeah, that one doesn't matter. And then we get down to air superiority versus interception, mission efficiency. Let's say the air superiority one is probably always the better one to go for. Unless you are running a lot of interception, of course. I will use our 2 bonuses for that. We will save this one for when we have more bonuses. Before we go in there, we want to see how long time do we have left. That's 300 days until everyone is equipped. 30 days before we got our howitzers. 150 days for artillery. Armored cars still 300 days too. I think we might actually be... Yeah, we could probably go for construction here. Yeah, oil would be good too. And we get these synthetic ones here in 1918. And resource gain wouldn't be too bad either. We are 400 days on the Albatross. That's still a little bit ahead of time. Or too much ahead of time. Reinforce rate here though from the amplitude modulation might be a good one. A little bit early to take that. Howitzers could be a good one. Can't do anything with the tanks. We could go for better armored cars. Since we are actually using the armored cars, they have quite a lot more breakthrough. And that's what we are primarily using them for. They've also got more hardness. And I think armor is double the amount, but it's abysmally low. The standard rifles here have more piercing than so. No, they got 1 piercing. I think these have... Oh, they also have 1 piercing. Artillery has more piercing though, I'm fairly sure of. Even this one. Yeah, it's 2 piercing. So that could be an option. Logistics would be another good option though. Or reconnaissance. We've actually got quite a lot of reconnaissance. It looks like it only affects the... It should be all kind of reconnaissance, of course. We are using cavalry recon. We're not going to go for that just yet. We got not using signal companies. That was it's a harder one to actually get through this. Because this one's going to be really good defensively. I think this one's going to be just fine as it is. We're not going to need to research this one. Military police could be useful in the long run. Not right now. Let's go for logistics. That's going to help our artillery divisions. Primarily. Those, I think that's the... Yeah, and then the motorized divisions, of course, also. Yeah, we didn't put them in here, but we do have them on our artillery divisions, logistics companies, and our motorized divisions, or our pre-panzer divisions. Alright, so the ABC conference. With increasing tensions between the USA and Mexico during the Mexican Revolution, the Mexican and American governments had severed all diplomatic channels between one another. To preserve peace in America, Argentina, Brazil, and Chile, the ABC powers conducted a peace deal. Dominicia de Gama represented Brazil, Romulo Sebastián Naón represented Argentina, and Eduardo Suárez Mujica represented Chile. An attempt to stay relevant? Did they form a faction? No, they did not. Would have been nice, but I don't think it really counts that way. Let's get back to a sane map mode, and we will have a look over here. I think we just decided not to bother too much about these. We probably want to have this this wing training as well. And we have some new ships here. Let's get them into exercising. These ones should be almost done. And that one can go in there. And so we try to train as many of them as possible. And these are training in the Danish belts, that's fine. And we don't want anyone training out here in the eastern North Sea, of course. That's a lot of damage. That's since game start probably, and the same thing here. And this is where all the big boys have been training. Yeah, they're almost done there. And then they can join up with the High Sea Fleet, which will of course be what keeps Germany safe from naval invasions. Okay, so there's another civil war going on in Mexico. I'll let them have it. Let's see if we can... We've got some recon aircraft here. Benelux and in France. That's where we're going to need them. I think we did build an airbase here, and it looks like they have deployed almost nothing. 100, okay. We've got some more. We've got 71. Yeah, we can. Let's grab another 5 wings here of airships. They can be training a bit, daytime missions. And one of these not on daytime. I'll put them on daytime. Not sure it helps Zeppelins to be well trained, but it doesn't hurt. You do get a little bit of agility in air attack and a night operations penalty. It doesn't really cost anything to train them up either. Okay, so after dispersed, we will go for construction. We will keep this slot working on construction issues or construction techs. And one of these will have to switch over to artillery techs in a second. We have stockpiled enough howitzers. I think most of these are going to the new motorized divisions. They were very artillery heavy. And here we go. But before that, we need to import some more chromium. So we need another 3 factories worth. Let's grab them from our friends in Turkey, or the Ottoman Empire. Let's do something a little bit more sane there. And let's see what happened in the world. Franz Ferdinand, the esteemed Archduke of Austria East and the Crown Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, lies dead. His noble wife rests beside him. Franz Josef has lost another heir to the Serbians. The Serbian government officially denies involvement with the assassin Gavrilo Princip, blaming the Black Hand, though few believe a lack of government involvement. After some time, it became known who organized the attack. Spontaneous results against the Serbian population began in Sarajevo, and the conflict between Serbia and Austro-Hungary has reached boiling point. God rest his soul. Franz Ferdinand, the esteemed Archduke of Austria East and the Crown Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, lies dead. His noble wife rests beside him. Franz Josef has lost another heir to the Serbians. The Serbian government officially denies involvement with the assassin Gavrilo Princip, blaming the Black Hand, though few believe lack of government involvement. Sometime after it became known who organized the attack, spontaneous riots against the Serbian population began in Sarajevo. The conflict between Serbia and the Austro-Hungarian Empire has reached a boiling point. God rest his soul. And so it begins. This is the boiling pot of Europe as we unlock engineer companies. We will spontaneously use this slot over for... I think we can actually take the howitzer upgrade before the artillery upgrade, because we are still lacking loads of artillery. And it's not going to get better anytime soon. So let's grab the howitzer charging upgrade. That'll increase the soft attack of the howitzers and the support howitzers, of course. And we have something new that popped up here. This is the European crisis. So Serbia is what we just read out there, the July crisis. And we will let this go forth and see what happens as Europe mobilizes for war. As the last domino falls, Europe is set towards one path, a path of war and bloodshed. The events leading up to this great catastrophe have been perfectly set up for perhaps the worst war that humanity had witnessed thus far. The great powers of Europe have mobilized, and with it, any opportunity for peace withers away. It is the beginning of the end. God, I hope I'm not asking for too much. And, well, if everyone else is mobilizing, we might be wise to start our own mobilization. So let's pop up to extensive conscription. We can't go to war economy just yet, of course. We are not there just yet. But we do have troops on all of the important borders. We have plenty of soldiers here on the Western Front, and on the Eastern Front there are several more. I probably want to see if we can get rid of this one. See if we can get something done here, because the supply here is atrocious, and it's in July, it's in the middle of the summer. And what would it cost us to add logistics companies to our standard divisions as well? We don't have even close to enough support equipment to support this. We do have the motorized, however. That's halfway there. We need to increase our production of support equipment. Let's get that one out of the way. Support equipment is right here. So we're going to need 3 times the amount of stockpiled support equipment. We're producing 2 per day. Let's see, not even close to enough. We want this sometime soon, so let's, I don't know, let's go up to 9 factories. That's tripling our production. Armored cars, yeah, we probably want to have another factory there and another 2 into there. These guns, however, do need to get filled out first. We are currently not building a single military factory. Do we have any good spaces for it? We do have a few of these, but those are good places for dockyards as well. Posen would be nice. That's 5 factories. Franken is another 5. There we go. Nederbayern is 7. Let's grab that, put it to the top of the queue. And we can grab Westfalen might be good. Let's grab Westfalen and put it down the bottom because we really want to get... Well, actually, I think we can do it this way. No, we need this infrastructure done. And these dockyards are very soon completed. Now we could complete Mammal and let's move these down. West Preussen and North Schleswig. And then we will add, because it's gonna be military factories that we need in the near future. Let's fill up Thüringen and Franken and Ostmark too, I think. I think that is where we start. So we have expanded the stuff. This gives us some more doctrines or doctrine cost reductions. Now, as much as I'd love to go down the Hindenburg program, this one requires us to be at war. Military mission in Turkey, yeah, we're gonna do this one, but look what unlocked over here. We have a focus on the true enemy. That, of course, being France and Luxembourg. So let's grab these. That's a lot of extras, or a lot of claims to land out here in the west. And we would be wise to get that set up. We have, yeah, the European crisis is brewing. That's 14 days. We've got some going on there. No, what I wanted to do was to check on the Navy. We are done here with the... yeah, they're all under Hipper. Let's get into the High Sea Fleet. These are all of our torpedo boats. They have been training quite a lot. Let's grab, I guess we want to select everything except those. No, I wanted to select everything in this task force. Isn't this possible? No, maybe not. So what we do instead is we grab them, we split those 2 off, we grab these, we put them into the High Sea Fleet. High Sea Fleet, of course, is going to be on a strike force in the eastern and North Sea. And engage at medium risk, yeah, I guess. We don't really want to have at medium risk, we want to be at low risk. And this gives us 10,000 supremacy. We can't see what the British have yet because they are not our enemy. But this should be enough to keep us safe. And we do have some divisions guarding our ports, just in case. Our submarines here, well, we can't really do very much with them. We probably want to forbid our convoys from going through these territories. We might want to actually block off the North Sea and Western approaches as well. We have a few cruisers out on the west coast here. Let's have a look at their traits. These are going to be raiders. Capture ship attack. Concealment expert is probably a good pick here. Smoke screen actually wouldn't be too bad. But let's see what we have here. Yeah, another concealment expert. And yeah, he's the loading drill master. So he's a submarine commander. We don't need to think too much about that. Yeah, we are fine here as well. These are just training up. We can have them put up there. Where are they training though? They should be training in the Danish belts. That's fine. Our submarines do not need to be training anymore. We probably want to move them over to... Let's put them in Oldenburg for now. And we will unpause again. And we are still using... Oh, there we go. So our Air Force can use a lot of fuel. The Air Force can probably use more fuel than we can produce in a day. And the Navy seems... Maximum consumption of Navy should be a lot higher. And maybe the dreadnoughts don't use that much fuel. Yeah, they don't look like they use fuel at all. Because they were coal powered and Germany had loads of coal. Had a few that were diesel powered or both coal and diesel powered. Coal was preferred at least for the battle cruisers for extra armor. Yeah, we should have gotten those extra bonuses to from expand the staff here. Thought we would get them. Yeah, we don't have enough for trench warfare anyway. But as soon as we do it, you can see it only costs 40 there because we do have the bonus for it. We want to. Well, we don't really want the naval strike tactics, but we're getting the naval strike tactics because we need to get past it. We will be going for a dogfighting experience and multi-altitude flying. I think we should be able to grab this one before the war starts. We're not that far away. Serbia's refusal of the Austrian demands led to a declaration of war, which will no doubt be followed by countless others. Here begins the downward spiral into World War. Dear God, what have we done? And let's see what happens if we bump the speed down just a little bit. So the Austro-Hungarian Empire has declared war on the Kingdom of Montenegro. And on Serbia. Serbia being the big one, of course. They are in... they are not in a faction just yet. This comes soon enough. So here we go. The Kingdom of Serbia has joined the Entente. And the Austro-Hungarians, of course, call us to their aid. We will accept. And thus begins the Great War. The great powers of Europe have declared war on each other. The world is experiencing the largest crisis in the last 100 years, and one that will topple the old order and bring about a new age of existence. This war is to be known as the Great War, and the war to end all wars, as this conflict has shattered the concert of Europe, which kept Europe from fighting a major war ever since the Napoleonic Wars. This conflict, decades in the making, is the result of decades of political tension between the established great powers of Europe and their different goals and ambitions. But no matter, millions of men are now drafted and forced to fight the absolute horror of the trenches. Fathers and sons of every nation dying side by side as brothers. God have mercy on us. I think a curse should rest on me, because I love this war. I know it's smashing and shattering the lives of thousands every moment, and yet I can't help it. I enjoy every second of it. Winston Churchill. The war to end all wars. And thus begins the prime reason for this campaign. So we need to start by getting some of our aircraft into the air. We have one wing here. I can put them on air superiority over Western Germany. I think we will use this one for the same thing. We can keep our reconnaissance planes doing their things. We might be able to put some... No, what happened there? No, that was just select all. Alright. So we want to have a wing go doing air recon over our own territory here too. Don't know if it does make any difference, but we will do that. We will keep our Zeppelins grounded for now. We have some recon wings up in the sea regions up here. We have an airbase here with a couple of fighters. Let's put them on air superiority over Eastern Germany. Might actually be better off putting them on interception. But we have a lot better efficiency on air superiority, and air superiority should have them shot down in either case. We are not going on the offensive anywhere just yet, so we can save that. We will let these train up. We don't want to use non-experienced aircraft if we can help it. Now, of course, this turned out to be a little bit futile. Maybe we should have just been a little bit further back. Let's see if we can withdraw to these lines. Yeah, they've been exiled, of course. That should be fine. Austro-Hungary didn't have anything on the borders there. They were fully prepared for this conflict. They don't have anything on the border with Italy, but Italy hasn't sided yet. Neither has the Ottomans, or Bulgaria, or Greece, or Belgium, of course. We will sort that out in a little bit. Okay, so we have new decisions available. We have lots of war propaganda. We can recruit in Afghanistan. Okay, well, we will put that one to the side for now. We've got some war propaganda here. We are doing well on war support, though. We will have to keep an eye on war support, because I'm not exactly sure how it works in this mod. It might be just continually dropping. Our stability would be nice to get up, but that is what it is. I don't think we need to look at anything else down there just yet. That would be all of our Zeppelins that are not assigned. What do they have coming in here? Nothing. But they are bombing us. And they got a lot of fighters too, actually. Maybe these fighters would be better off here. I think so. And these ones can be on defending Western Germany. What do we have? What are we fighting? No, the infantry divisions, they seem to have 66 soft attack. No, these are our troops, alright. Well, whatever they are, they don't seem to be doing too fine or too good. I think we can, we don't have to think too much about them, I think. We had war bonds and factories. Let's get rid of that one too. Now, war bonds is good. Emergency factory conversion would be good as well. But we should be able to bump it, or we could go to... Don't we have the... Oh. Yeah, there we go. Recruit was missing the recruitable population one. Going up to total mobilization, as nice as it would be, that the extra 3% would cost us manpower that we don't have. So I think we will be fine on war economy. It is better than a partial economy. It doesn't say anything about the... yeah, there we go, consumer goods. It's just 5%. Going to total mobilization is so much better, but we will do that. I think we want to go to limited exports. How much are we exporting? We might want to check that first. We are exporting a tiny sliver of rubber to Austro-Hungary. We're probably going to have a tough time actually getting that into our own country. Tungsten, we're exporting a little bit. We should be able to source that from somewhere else. Some steel. So we shouldn't be... we should gain a little bit back of our oil. And our rubber. Yeah, well, it should... we can wait a little bit with that. Don't think we need to do this quite yet. We can keep that extra construction speed and factory output and research speed for a little while longer. We obviously have a wee bit of a deficit still. It looks like our... no, we shouldn't need convoys for this, but we are in need of some more chromium. We are building a lot of heavy ships, of course. That's almost our entire building queue. It might actually be time to put some cruisers in on just a repeat build. Let's have another one into destroyers. Or are we building another one? No, we're not. Okay, so that is fine. But I think we will put... there. Now we need to research new ones, don't we? We will be needing more cruisers though. Let's just put one in as of the Karlsruhe class 5. Let's put them up under the Graf's Bay. We don't want to be training with our submarines down here, of course. We probably want to be raiding... I can see if we can keep them here in the Gulf of Guinea. These submarines, we want to split them up into a few more fleets in half. And we're gonna have them all on automatic split off, yes. Automatic reinforcements, yes. And how far out can we go? Well, we could go to the North Atlantic Ridge, it looks like, and the Iberian coast. We will take that Denmark Strait. No, we probably don't need the Denmark Strait. Iberian coast. And convoy raiding. And we are convoy raiding the Gulf of Guinea. Let's see if we can't grab Alfred von Tirpitz down on Cape of America. And Richard Shear down on the... Wow, your ships had abysmally bad range. Well, I guess no. Convoy raiding Cape Verde. I think this will be okay. We've got another ship going up there. Let's pop it into this task force. They are not quite done there yet. And we should be ready for war. So Montenegro joined the Entente. And We'll see if the Austrians manage to stabilize the line, then we can move our divisions forward again, otherwise we will be the rear guard of their battles here. So the French are attacking our lines up here. This one doesn't look too good. We can have a small look here. So what are they coming at us with? They've got 30 soft attack, 20 soft attack. And abysmal breakthrough, of course. Yeah. And the defensive values of our entrenched divisions is just completely bonkers. And they have 1,000 defense. This one's got 1,500 defense. And they're trying to break through with these 30 attack divisions. And we've got air superiority. And we've got forts. Well, we have a... Why do we have a Fort Malus on our... Well, it doesn't matter. We've got an intel advantage as well. 120 width, so they are over width. We are not. And we... Okay, they got minus 25% damage from the tactics too. Oh, yeah, we got all this too, of course. Lend-Lease, what do they want to give us? They want to give us some guns. On a monthly basis. They probably have a good surplus then, so we will take their guns. And they probably need the guns themselves, but this is just how it is. Okay, so they sunk one of our convoy. Maybe we should have a few of our torpedo boats out on convoy escort. What do we have for classes here? Let's see, V1s. Let's grab a few of these. I don't know, 20? Let's put them on convoy escort. And on engage at low risk, yeah. We're probably going to lose all of these, but maybe we can make a small dent into their submarine fleet first. Would be helpful. We've got our troops here, they can keep training. It's just a few divisions that are training. They are fully numbered. So what we don't have deployed at the moment is our marines and our motorized divisions. So we're running mostly on the defensive here for the start. And we will push our offensives in the future. So the wars, there's a lot of enemies. And here we've got something happening. The Swedes, currently led by notorious Germanophile Hjalmar Hammarskjöld, have come to us today with an intriguing proposal. They offer their services in a war against the Entente in return for us guaranteeing them a piece of Russia, more specifically, Greater Finland. The Swedish Empire used to control Finland several centuries ago, and it seems they have ambitions of reclaiming these lands. Of course, they would still have to ratify the alliance. An agreement now doesn't guarantee their cooperation. What do we say? Well, I am not sure what these options does in terms of the game. Sweden, of course, remained neutral for the entire war, the World War I, II, so they never did join, and this leads me to believe that they might not join in the future anyway. But from our standpoint as Kaiser Wilhelm II of the German Empire, of course we would welcome another ally. Why wouldn't we? And they want a piece of one of our enemies that we are not interested in. So the Kaiser says jawohl. And we will pause the game right there, because it is that time to say goodbye again. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and see you next time.